Today I would like to take you on the tour around Airbus A320 and I would like to show you what I need to check during a procedure which is called post-flight check. And yeah, I'll try to tell you a bit about this airplane from the outside and from the inside. So let's start. Okay, let's start the walk around. I'm always starting from the nose and I'm checking the front section for any sort of damage, especially after bird strike. But you will see, of course, some remains. There is nothing. I continue to sensors. I want to be sure that there is nothing in the pitot tubes, temperature sensors, if anti-ice sensors are clean. Of course, antenna, if there is no damage. Same on this side, anti-ice sensor, cut sensor, and two pitot probes. If they are clean. Taking a look on the nose gear, if there are no leaks, if there is no damage, if the lights are intact, that's quite important, that there are no cracks. Parking brake is set, the light is on, that's good. And as well, I'm checking the condition of the wheels. In our company, we need to see the groove. Since the groove is there, everything is fine. We'll take briefly look inside. And then I continue. You can see, for example, there is a dent, but next to it is mark, same as here. There is a dent, but again, it's marked, so it's recorded there and there. All of those are damages which are already tracked, so somebody evaluate them. This is avionic intake, static ports, angle of attack, wing light, all look good. No hydraulic stains, that's important. Leading edge of their inner slot, nothing. Then I'll look on the belly fairing. If I don't see any obvious damage, visible damage. And quite important is to take a look if the screws are there. They are not loosed. And then I need to take a look in the intake of the air conditioning system or two coolers, because again, you can have something which was sucked in during flight, but they looks good. From there, I continue through the root of the wing, then towards pylon. No screw missing, no rivet missing on the whole pylon. Then I look on the engine. I start from the back. Check the low pressure turbine blades. I'll take a look inside. If I don't see any oil flowing out from the vent system. And from there I continue through the cold stream. These are our reverser blocker doors. They will pop open whenever pilots pull the levers and deploy the reversers. And again, no damage. Rain mast, no leak. Intake, nothing under. No damage inside of the intake. And then I'll go through the blades. There is no obvious damage. That was big bug. Then on the guide vanes and as well into the core if nothing was sucked in, but everything looks good, so I can continue. By the way, this is again repair most probably after impact, so we cut a piece of the fuselage and we put here a doubler. Very nice job. The other side, no screw missing as well. Cold stream check. Now I can see actually outlet guide vanes or OGVs from behind. No damage. Good. Then I continue on the wing. As you can see, leading edge is good. On this one we have a refueling port also on the left side, and that little screen, let's say, that there inside you have light. The purpose of that light, it is green actually. Purpose of that is the purpose of this light is that whenever it's illuminating, the fuel is selected from the cockpit control panel. I'll show you later on how it looks, but yeah, whenever that light is on, we know that pilots pre-select the fuel from the cockpit, and the refueler don't need to set anything on the panel, which I'll show you on the right side. We can refuel on the left side or on the right side, but always only on one. You cannot use both at the same time. And then I continue, I inspect the wing, yeah, and now overpressure valves. I see nice cross. That means that there was no overpressure in the tank. Wingtip, all look good. Now, static dischargers, they're all on the place, and you can see them on the flap track fairings as well. There is one more overpressure valve over here. The outer wing one you can see from the front. This one, bit inner, you can see from the back. So that's about it. And the flaps. I always take a look also on the top, on the, if I don't see any like stud popping out on the panels over the wing. If that's okay, I continue to the landing gear, check status of the wheels, status of the brake, if there is no leak on any connection, if I see weapon indicators, then condition of the wheel. All look good. If those bolts are all there, that's important. When I'm in the front, what is quite important to mention that this fixed doors, they have their purpose, yeah. But if you sometimes had a bird strike, which pass over here, the bird can be somewhere there, and it's not obvious. If you this section, you can easily miss that spot. So that's why I'm paying really good attention to this section. And yeah, then check the status of the tube through which the cable leads, or as well both hydraulic tubes which leads to the brakes. Side stay all intact. No leak, everything's fine. Landing light. Rubber turbine. We'll do a video about it as well. Gear doors. Then we continue to aft section. Again, we'll check the studs. Fuel drain vent if there is any fuel coming out of those two holes, I have a problem. But yeah, this is good. This one, the center tank, that's, let's say, a tray under the center fuel tank, and if there is any leak, it will lead over here. Same the APU. The APU stands for the tube, which covers the tube through which the fuel leads to the APU all the way in the back. And since we want to be sure that there is no leak around this tube, this hole will gonna tell us that leads to that tube. So drain from the outer tube leads to this hole. So if there is no fuel, it's perfect. We have no leak. Antenna. It looks good. Then radio altimeters, 2 sets, transceiver, receiver, and the computer is here because you need to have a short distance to those antennas. So receivers or the computers are in the aft cargo. Nothing. Portable water service panel. Later on, I'll drain the water. There is APU. Now let's check the tail. Let's go this way. Horizontal stabilizer look good. Vertical stabilizer as well. No damage. And then we continue. Yeah, there is drain mass from the APU. There should be no fluid on the floor. If there is nothing, it's good. That's actually the gray one. That's exhaust from the cooling system or from oil cooler. That's actually the exhaust. Aft nav lights and strobe next to the exhaust of the APU. Up there you can see also up there you can see as well static dischargers. Same on the elevator. And again, no damage on the leading edge. This side is good. So use the power. Threshold looks fine. The doors looks fine. This is outflow valve. And inside you can see 2 hoses or 2 ducts. One belongs to galley and lavatory ventilation system. I already explained that system. And the other one is part of the cargo heating system. That's optional. You don't really see that on every Airbus. So we have our cargos heated, which means that this is exhaust from that heating system. Toilet service, doors. Oh yeah, drain mast from the aft galley. That's for the grey water from the galley. It is sent overboard, but not the waste. That goes in the waste tank. Bulk cargo doors. As you can see, it has a lot of track damages. Yeah, loaders are only the people, you know. It happens. But we need to know about all of those. Then, aft cargo doors. Actually, these are visual indicators that will tell us if the cargo door are closed and latched. Thanks to that we know. So whenever you unlatched the cargo door, they turn to red. And actually this movement from unlatched position, and if you want to open it to unlock, that will release actually the door. But this movement if there is any residual pressure inside of the cargo, it will not gonna let you to open the cargo door, because the vent flap will prevent that. So if the cabin is pressurized, you'll be not able to do this movement. You see, the vent flap open, and actually if there is some small residual pressure, this will be released through the vent flap. So that's that system. Once it's latched and locked, the indicators turn green. That's about it. Yeah, that's escape slide. Again, look over the wing. Looks good. Right landing gear, and we continue with the same pattern, which means wheels, good condition, brakes, wear pin indicators in the front and in the back, fixed doors. You got a wheel. And again, I'm looking for any sort of leaks. If that's fine, I'll take a look on the belly fairing again. That looks good. Landing light again, no cracks. Good. And basically this way I continue through the right wing as well. No damage, no leaks. All look good so far. Overpressure, look good. This is the right side refueling point, and again, green or the spot for the green light. Same with engine, so pylon first. Oh, actually, those are drain ports, which leads through the pylon, because into the engine we lead several type of fluids, in and out of course, but we use engine to produce hydraulic pressure. So that means that we have hydraulic connection, which leads through the pylon, and as well we deliver fuel to the engine, and the fuel, the unused fuel, is returned to the fuel tank. Actually, with that fuel which comes from the engine, we heat the tanks. So the tanks are heated thanks to the fuel which comes back from the engines. You have fire extinguishers on the each side, in the forward and on the aft of this opening. And again, I'm checking the surrounding if there is nothing damaged. Hot section. No oil is coming out of the vent hole. This looks good. Nothing is dripping from the drain mast. That's good. And again, intake. This looks really nice, really new. And the plates. Looks good. Perfect. Pylon. forgot, those are manholes. Through those holes we can get inside of the tank. And you can see them all on the whole surface of the wing. Yeah, so that's actually the access port how we get to the wing tanks. Here you can find two fuel pumps, wing fuel pumps. We have also two in the center. Since this is Zeto and it is 320, we have also electrically powered fuel tanks in the center. On the 321 and the 320 Neo, we use jet pumps. This is one of the checks which we need to do. We need to cycle mode selector, refuel and back to close transfer valves. That's done. Bottom beacon. And actually, if you have good eyes, you can identify our airplane from the ground because we have servos on the belly fairings. This is how you know that our Austrian Airbus, or actually any of our airplane, is flying over you. Antennas, forward rain mast. Selector for the cargo doors. No leak, that's important, because for our cargo doors are controlled hydraulically. Let me show you actually. So again, the green lights, to open them, and then thanks to yellow hydraulic system, you open them. Once they are locked, we have indication about that they are securely open, and anybody can work in the cargo compartment, and that's thanks to this green light inside. When that's on, there is no way that doors will gonna fall because they're locked at the moment. Yeah, we have cargo loading system, which means that we use pallets instead of free-loading cargos. But we have also that configuration. But that will be a different video. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, we can close it. Again, hydraulic power. And close. Good. Again, wing light, angle of attack, static ports, access to aft avionic compartment. Actually, I already showed you this compartment. This is the brain of the airplane. Yeah, that's avionic outlet valve. You also saw that already. If no, link will be in description for sure. All look good. And on the front we have 3 accesses to compartments. So this is right. Here we have front. And here is the left one. And yeah, we'll finish on this side. There you have also static port in the front. Okay, let's move inside. Safety first. Okay. Catering is gone. Yep. But we're going to left into the cockpit. So let's get some light. Let's see. Okay, we need to top up the oil. At least right engine, lead, and all look good. Actually, this is a hydraulic system, green, blue, yellow. All three are serviced. We don't need to do anything. So, regarding fuel, I cycled the refueling switch, which closed the transfer valves, because they are not powered through the batteries. That's why whenever the refuelers will gonna refuel the dead airplane, which means that refueling panel is powered only from the batteries, those transfer valves are not powered, so they will remain open, and whole fuel will be transferred only to inner cells. And actually, it is better for flight if the fuel is in the outer cells. But let's continue. APU is shut down. Condition, yeah, it's pretty hot inside. Wheels, cold, good. Flight controls. And status page. Well, what you see here is pretty normal, because air data reference and inertial reference are off. ADIRS, all three of them are off. Once I'm gonna align the airplane, these messages are gonna be gone, because autopilot cannot fly without information from the outside. And you have information that ADR is off or inoperative, but they are just switched off. And those two are correlate to do those two messages. And APU batteries are not available because batteries are off. Now it will disappear. Yes, it's gone. Good. As you can see, this is one of the older airplanes which we have in the fleet because of the CRTs, and all standby instruments are analog. Of course, in the newer Airbuses, you have mostly only ISIS, which means that you have small display which basically collect data from all these instruments. But yeah. For example, parking brake is set. That's important for outside check. But you saw that thanks to the light on the nose gear, that parking brake was set before I start to walk around. So I'm sure that the status of the brakes is correct. But yeah, parking brake is set. That's good. I wake up those displays so you can see that also pilots, or me in this case, has no data because the inertial references and air data system is not active. So that's why the primary display and navigation display are basically inoperative in this case, or has no data. But that's about cockpit. Now I will refill the oil. Okay, let's take a look on those engines. Our refueling ports are secured with a seal, so we will immediately know that somebody been here, because once you pull the seal, and I immediately know that somebody was playing around here. So whenever I finish, I need to replace this seal. West one can. Pour it in. That's about it. We close it. Once it's closed, there is nothing in the spillway, which is good. By the way, this is one of the biggest causes of the, let's say, drain mast leaks. If you overfill or you spill some oil over here, of course we don't want to have oil in this section, so it is lead overboard through this hose, and that leads to a drain mast. So you can find a few drops under the engine whenever somebody refilled the oil and he spilled a bit. So we can close this one. As I said, I need to secure this door with a security seal, new security seal, and the other part, the small part, I will apply on the seal plate. So whenever pilots perform, as you saw with Timur, whenever pilots perform their walk around, they need to check this number. If the number is correct and the seal is not damaged, they can accept the airplane. So now the other engine. And same story with engine number 2. This is the older style of the oil tank. With this one, I need to be a bit more careful, because for some reason there is a small hole, and it can happen that whenever you fill the oil too fast, it will flow through that hole, through the overspill, and you have immediately, yes, like now. With this one, it just takes a bit of more time. Good. So oil quantity is good. Can in a bucket, so it will not gonna fly away. And since I spill a few drops, it's better to clean it immediately. Good. Oil caps close. Good, since we're here. Good, good, good. Great. Cleaning of the doors. And of course, new seal. And back in the cockpit, you can see that oil quantity is on the maximum value which we want, which is 18 and 17 and a half. It is perfect for flight. So that's done. Also, I need to inspect the cabin lock. Cabin lock is here for the cabin crew, and basically here they're writing all the complaints. They said that one of the ceiling light is Yep, I see it. We can go to take a look. Yep, light doesn't work. So we'll change the fluorescent tube. Let's pick up one. And now it is shown huge advantage of our cars. We have basically store in the car. Of course, everything is tracked, which means that later on I need to sign it off. But for the things like a light, I don't need to go all the way to hangar to pick up and YouTube. I have it inside of the car. So let's replace the light. Let's pull the CB. It's a very easy and quick job, especially on the classic airplanes, because these ones doesn't have a cover, so it's easy to access it. There's an old one. And it's on. Let me show you from the close. Here it is, light works. And of course, test. Dim 2. Yeah, all lights are dimmed. Bright. All bright. Main off. Everything is dark. Main on. Yep, it works as it should. Perfect. So I'll pull the paper. The next paper is empty, so this will remain here. We can close this. And once I'm done with everything, which is written in the check, which I just performed, which is basically post-flight check, I can close today's post-flight check in our electronic flight logbook. And for us, it's really easy to do it. And that's basically it. This is how I perform the work, and basically I can check the history, when was the post-flight check performed, where it was performed, and many other things. Same with oil uplift. I'll just add, of course, a revision, quantity, and like that I sign the work on the airplane. Thanks to this digitalization, it is amazingly easy. So no open items, everything is fine. Post-flight check is performed, oil uplift signed, so I can move to next airplane. Since cleaning is not done yet, we will switch on the service bus or maintenance bus, which will keep the essentials of the airplane on, like cargo doors, lights in the cabin, and for example water system and the lavatory system. Now we can switch off the cockpit and we can go. Doors hold in place thanks to gust lock. Very clever device. It holds their door in open position. That's good, especially during evacuation, because when light will deploy, it will never allow door to close. But yeah, maybe about it some other day. So gentle touch, push, and we can close the door. Rails and paperwork. This was comparison of two different walk-arounds, one performed by pilot, the other one by engineer. Big thanks to Timur for helping me to do this. Let me know, guys, in the comments what you think about such videos, and if you want to see maybe more things like this. I would like to say big thanks to Austrian Airlines for letting me record all these videos for you. Big thanks to each and everybody for watching, and especially to members for supporting me. That's all from my side. My name is Tomáš. This was Aircraft Maintenance with Zeto, and I will see you on next video. Bye.